warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Salma and my partner Yani would like to present about financial analysis of PT Gudang Garam in 2019. Before we jump into the presentation, I would like to inform about how important financial statement analysis is. Okay, financial analysis is used to evaluate economic trends, set financial policy, build long-term plans for business activity, and identify projects or companies for investment. Financial statement analysis also provides lending institutions with an unbiased view of a business' financial health, which is helpful for making lending decisions. About PT Gudang Garam Tbk. PT Gudang Garam Tbk was founded on June 26, 1988 by Surya Wijoyo. Due to increasingly high production progress, in 1971, Gudang Garam officially changed to a limited liability company or PT, which was supported by facilities in the form of domestic investment or PMDN from the government, making Gudang Garam stronger. Gudang Garam was also able to list its shares on the Jakarta Stock Exchange and the Surabaya Stock Exchange in 1990, which immediately changed its status from a PT to a public company. Gudang Garam's products are also more varied. This is evidenced by the production of milk Kretek in 2002, which is the result of the latest innovation. Until now, Gudang Garam remains the main choice for Kretek lovers in the country. Not only is it sufficient for domestic production, Gudang Garam has also expanded its wings to Malaysia, Brunei, Japan, with a total of more than 20 types of products issued by Gudang Garam. It is sufficient to provide its existence as one of the largest cigarette factories in Indonesia. Okay, so here it is financial reports of PT Gudang Garam Tbk. We use 2017 until 2019. Okay, so here we are in ratio and analysis. In liquidity ratio, the first one is current ratio. For the year 2019, the current asset is 52 million and the current liabilities is 25 million and the current ratio is 2.06 ATC. Okay, and for the 2018, the current asset is 45 million, the current liabilities is 22 million, and the current ratio is 2.05. And for the year 2017, the current asset is 43 million, the current liabilities is 22 million, and the current ratio is 1.93 ATC. So, the result of PT Gudang Garam's current ratio have seen an increase, meaning that the company is able to pay short-term debt using current assets. Gudang Garam company also has low liquidity risk because the ratio of PT Gudang Garam from 2017 until 2019 has increased, which means that PT Gudang Garam has a fairly good liquidity. Next is quick ratio. Okay, for the year 2019, the current asset is 52 million and for the inventory is 42 million and liabilities current is 25 million and the last is the quick ratio is 0.36 ATC. And for the year 2018, the current asset is 45 million, the inventory 38 million, the current liabilities 22 million, and the quick ratio is 0.30 ATC. And the year for the year 2017, the current asset is 43 million, the inventory 37 million, the current liabilities 22 million. So the quick ratio is 0.25 ATC. So PT Gudang Garam's quick ratio analysis in 2017 until 2019 shows that the number continues to increase. Companies are able to pay current debts and can be a component of consideration for investors. Okay, next is solvability ratio. The first one is debt to asset ratio. Okay, for 2019, the debt to asset ratio is 0.352, and for the 2018, the debt to asset ratio is 0.346, and for the 2017, the debt to asset ratio is 0.368. So, creditors or investors prefer low value of debt to asset ratio, which means that the level of security of their fund is getting better. Because the smaller the ratio, the safer the recording of financial transaction is. Debt to asset ratio at PT Gudang Garam in 2019 was greater than in 2017 and smaller than in 2018. This shows that PT Gudang Garam still shows a level of security in paying debts that can be covered by assets. As an investor, we can be considered investing in the Gudang Garam company. Okay, next is debt to equity ratio. For the 2019, the debt to equity ratio is 54.4%. For the year 2018, the debt to equity ratio is 53.1%. And for the 2017, the debt to equity ratio is 58.2%. So the creditors or investors prefer a low debt to equity ratio because the level of security of their funds is getting better. If the debt to equity ratio is higher, then it has a financial risk, and usually investors or creditors ask for high returns as well. The debt to equity ratio at PT Gudang Garam has decreased, meaning that PT Gudang Garam shows the smaller role of funds from debt to finance company assets. As an investor, the debt to equity ratio can be considered in investing in PT Gudang Garam. Okay, and the third is time interest earned. For the year 2019, the EBIT is 15 million. The interest is 585 and the time interest earned is 25.75. For the 2018, the EBIT is 11 million. The interest is 677 and the time interest earned is 16.47. And for the 2017, the EBIT is also 11 million. The interest is 800 and the time interest earned is 14.03. So PT Gudang Garam's time interest earned ratio has increased. A high ratio indicates a safe situation, although it also indicates the underuse of debt. PT Gudang Garam has shown a profit of 25.75 times the interest expense in 2019. Okay, thank you, and the rest of the presentation will be continued by my partner, Yani Chelsea.
Okay, Salma, thank you for your presentation. Hello, I'm Yani Chelsea. I will continue the presentation. Next, profitability ratio. First, net profit margin. This is of calculation net profit margin of PT Gudang Garam. So, analysis is PT Gudang Garam profit margin has decreased in 2018 and has increased in 2019 by 9.80%. This is in line with the increase in sales that occurred in 2019. This shows that the company's management performance is quite efficient and the company is quite successful in increasing company profit with existing capital. This also makes it easier for investors to see the right condition for investing in the company. The higher the margin, the better for investor. The second, return on asset. This is of calculation return on asset Gudang Garam. So, the analysis of PT Gudang Garam have experienced a decrease in the return on asset level in 2018 and increase again in 2019. This means that there is an improvement from management that is more efficient and the company is able to generate higher net income based on the level of company asset. Investors consider return on asset to invest because the company has a fairly good return on asset level. The greater the return on asset value, the better the company's performance because the return on investment is getting bigger. The third, return on equity. This is of calculation return on equity of PT Gudang Garam. The analysis of PT Gudang Garam have high return on equity value attract investors to invest in a company. Companies that can generate return on equity above 50% are considered a fair investment. The Gudang Garam company has a return on equity above 50%, so investors will consider investing their capital. If investors are interested in investing in a company, creditors will also be interested because they feel safe, because they are guaranteed by shareholders. Next, market ratio. First, price earning ratio. This is of calculation price earning ratio of PT Gudang Garam. The analysis of companies with high price earning ratio have good prospect. Companies that have a low price earning ratio have low growth as well. However, a high price earning ratio sometimes makes investors less attractive because the stock price will not longer rise and get a small capital gain. PT Gudang Garam has decreased price earning ratio from 2017 until 2019. In 2019, PT Gudang Garam had a price earning ratio of 9.53, meaning that shares in 2019 had decreased from the previous years. The second, dividend yield. This is of calculation dividend yields of PT Gudang Garam. The analysis of PT Gudang Garam dividend yield has increased, indicating that the company pays large dividend to its investor. The more dividend yields are distributed, the more attractive a stock is. An increase in dividends indicates that the company's management expects future earnings to increase. The third, dividend payout rate. This is of calculating dividend payout rate of PT Gudang Garam. This dividend payout ratio is very important for investors. This is because some investors want a sustainable dividend flow from the company, so that this consistent trend is more important than high and low of a ratio. PT Gudang Garam showed that the dividend payout ratio has decreased from 2017 to 2019. This shows that the company can no longer pay high dividends or indicates a decline in operating performance at the Gudang Garam company. For conclusion, we draw conclusion from the creditor side and from the investor side. From the creditor side, there is first, sales revenue increased by 15.5% to 100,000.5 trillion rupiah. The second, profit increased by 39.6% to 10.9 trillion. The third, the liquidity ratio of PT Gudang Garam is quite good. This can be seen from the current ratio and quick ratio, which has increased since 2017 until 2019, indicating that the company's liquidity ratio is low. The fourth, the solvency ratio and the level of debt to equity ratio have decreased, which indicates that the security of the funds is getting better. From the investor side, In 2019, PT Gudang Garam shares on the IDX are traded at price range of 49,175 to 69,100 per share. The second, profit margin has increased from 2018 until 2019. This shows that the higher the margin, the better for investor. The third, return on asset has increased from 2017 until 2019. The fourth, PT Gudang Garam dividend yield tends to increase, which indicates that the company pays large dividend to its investor. The fifth, however, PT Gudang Garam shows that the dividend payout ratio has decreased from 2017 to 2019. This shows that the company can no longer pay high dividends or indicates a decline in the company operational performance. For our suggestion to PT Gudang Garam, to increase investor, the company must pay more attention to net profit received by the company by increasing productivity and cost efficiency, while the fund creditors, the company must pay attention to debt it incurs and manage the debt wisely so that the repayment of the debt has no obstacles. Okay, that is the result of our analysis of PT Gudang Garam from 2017 until 2019. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.